Naruto, Sasuke, Boruto, Isshiki. Welcome everyone, Sanju Uchiha here, and welcome back to the channel where, as we do here on a monthly basis before the new chapter of Boruto drops, we talk about our our expectations, speculations, and predictions for the upcoming chapter. Now, as we head into chapter 50 of the Boruto manga, we head into what I believe the last major fight before the Boruto time skip, as Naruto Uzumaki, Sasuke Uchiha, Boruto Uzumaki take on Isshiki Otsutsuki for the fate of the world, essentially by preventing him from taking over, well, marking Kawaki with a new karma seal. Anyway, before we get into it, we're almost at 1,000 subscribers, so I would appreciate if you guys subscribe to the channel for Boruto content, Black Clover, Dragon Ball, One Piece, even though it's really and truly mostly Boruto and other miscellaneous stuff at this point. But if there's anything you guys are interested in hearing me talk about, you can let me know as well. But without further ado, let's get right into the discussion. So, Boruto Manga Chapter 50. As of this recording, we're just about 4 days shy of the release of the chapter, as it drops on September 18th. Now, we ended off last chapter with Boruto coming up with a plan along with Sasuke to transport Isshiki to another dimension so that Naruto and Sasuke can go all out in fighting Isshiki. Now, in the last about 2 to 4 weeks, I've done a number of videos talking about Isshiki and just my expectations for not only chapter 50 but chapter 50 and beyond. And if you've watched those videos, you already know that how I personally feel about how the fight is going to take place, because given the performance of Naruto and Sasuke in the previous fight, and given that Isshiki himself is way stronger than he was in that fight, I'm not really expecting Naruto and Sasuke to really perform all that well against Isshiki, if I'm being honest. And the important thing is for me starting off the fight is the proper representation of Naruto and Sasuke's abilities, which I feel a lot of persons didn't feel like that was the case in the previous fight. But I also mentioned in a previous video that you have to understand there's only so much they can do against Isshiki. Of course, if you want to hear my complete breakdown of what they could possibly do and why they couldn't do this or that, you can check out the problem. I don't remember what I titled the video, but I'll link it in a card up here or so you can check that out. But the point is, there's only so much they can do against Isshiki, and given Ishiki's simple yet effective moveset, yeah, it's going to be very difficult for them to really come through and possibly win this. Although what I am looking forward to is some interesting battle choreography regarding the fight, because given what they know about Isshiki based on their previous fight, the fight against Kashin Koji which they watched a piece of, and the intel from Amado, there should be some interesting ways that Naruto and Sasuke can approach the fight and just ensure us as the audience, as readers, really feel satisfied with their loss all the same, because there's just no way they can win, I feel personally. I mean, Kodachi's free to prove me wrong, but it just wouldn't make logical sense for them to win based on what I know right now. Granted, as I also have mentioned before, Boruto is the outlier. He is the additional factor to this fight that could turn it one side versus the other. Although I will say that Boruto, even with Momoshiki, logically speaking, shouldn't make that much of a difference. But as somebody commented on a previous video, that maybe, who knows, maybe Momoshiki being within Boruto's body through the karma seal maybe acts similar to how tailed beasts function, where their full power is drawn out when they're within a Jinchuriki versus when they're just outside and free. So it could be a similar case, and if that is the case, if Borushiki does come out, then he actually would be stronger than Naruto or Sasuke and could turn the fight in one direction or the other. Although I'm still sticking to my guns and saying that I don't think Borushiki can make that much of a difference from a combat perspective. Now, in terms of my expectations for the fight, I'm expecting at least the first half of the chapter to be focused on Naruto and Sasuke's attempts Of course, I do expect Boruto to jump in at some point to actually attempt something or save Naruto or Sasuke, probably from a killing blow at one point, and it will eventually lead to Boroshiki or Momoshiki coming out and giving us our first look at Momoshiki, the dynamic between Momoshiki and Isshiki, which I think is something a lot of persons really want to see from the perspective that we just need to learn more or get more invested in the Otsutsukis as antagonists. So there's that. I'm also expecting for probably not much, but I want to see more so on the Kawaki side, something starting to build where that's concerned, because if this is the last major fight before the time skip, like how I think it is, then we actually have to start building towards I'm going so with my hands, this is ridiculous, but yeah, we actually have to start building towards what Kawaki is going to be, his transition to the quote-unquote gray side, dark side, because I don't believe Kawaki is actually evil in the future. I think he's just making tough decisions which stands in opposition, like he's making like tough love, tough decisions, and doing what he has to actually, you know, ensure the safety of Konoha, Naruto, and company. So we actually have to start getting that, because personally I feel that considering we have what, Jump Festa in December, and I would imagine they would want to make a big announcement for 2021 where Boruto is concerned. I think chapter 50 is going to start off like the PSM for these next September, October, November, those 3 chapters, or at least these next 4 chapters, is going to be something else, and a lot of things need to start being set up with this chapter. So we have Kawaki's change to the dark side. We have possibly Momoshiki coming out, and probably we need to have a better idea of what role Naruto and Sasuke are going to play. Are they going to be out of commission right here and now, or what? So there's that, if I'm being honest. So yeah, that's really and truly the big expectations I have for the chapter. Now, honestly, if there's anything else you guys would want to see for this chapter, let me know, because outside of all of that, I don't think we should be focusing. Well, then again, if we're really and truly setting up for the time skip, then maybe getting just a bit of Kashin Koji, or probably that would be too much. Probably we save that until chapter 51. Let's just focus more so on Naruto, Sasuke, Boruto, and probably a bit of Kawaki for this chapter. Let me know what you guys think, but I think having that startup is going to be key. And probably with that start, we might actually get some dialogue, some exchanges between Kawaki after he wakes up and Amado. Probably some of Amado's history and his future role is going to be start being hinted at with this chapter, probably. That's what I feel, at least, because we know when Amado himself left the hideout, when Kashin Kochi and him were making preparations to leave, they did mention something about, you know, making use of what Konoha has, and he took some data or information or samples with him. So I think a lot of these plot points need to start pushing forward with them, even if it's just 2 pages of Kawaki and Amado talking. I think we need to see that, because piercing is going to be key in ensuring proper execution with this transition from this fight to setting things up for the time skip. But yeah, that's just me, at least. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in terms of your expectations for the Boruto chapter. As I said, I don't think Naruto and Sasuke are going to be lasting too long, but at least proper representation for the fight. I'm expecting some interesting battle choreography given the knowledge they know now. I'm expecting Boruto to jump in at some point, and some signs of Momoshiki to come out at some point, at least in this chapter. If Boruto doesn't even transform, at least start to have some inner dialogue with Momoshiki, probably something like that. But more so, I think overall I'm really interested in seeing where they start Kawaki's transition to the dark side with this chapter. I'm just hoping we get something between him and Amado, or at least Amado alone, which will, you know, by domino effect, affect Kawaki's decision going into the end of this fight. So that's just me. But anyway, Sanji Uchiha, let me know what you think. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and I'll see you in the Boruto review. Well, I don't usually cover spoilers, but no promises on covering spoilers. But hey, anyway, see you guys in the next one.